10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
The day began with Tristan presenting me with a wonderful and thoughtful gift he called the coveted birthday plaque, which every kid in the Roswell Varsity and Junior Varsity signed. I love these kids, and I was touched. And then the action really got going. Terrell came over with Charlie as the two of them couldn't stay for Prodigy and were headed to South Carolina for a tournament that afternoon. So Terrell bowled with Charlie as a pacer. After starting with a 255, he backed that up with another spectacular effort. A 288 game, followed by a 234, gave Terrell a 777 series. Hard work is paying off for this young Brunswick Zone Lilburn phenom. But today's Prodigy Bowlers Tour event was open only to Brunswick Zone Roswell League bowlers in the Roswell Varsity and Junior Varsity Leagues. And they would spend the morning trying to jockey for position to be able to gobble up the prizes in the Thanksgiving Turkey Shootout. Celebrating junior bowling, elevating junior bowlers. This is Prodigy Bowlers Tour. Today, it's the annual Fall Classic for the Roswell Varsity and Junior Varsity Leagues at Brunswick Zone Roswell. The 2017 Thanksgiving Turkey Shootout. The kids' 3 league games served as their qualifying round, with each player throwing out their low score and using just their 2 best games plus their handicap as their qualifying score. The top 4 kids in the varsity and the top 4 kids in the junior varsity were paired up into doubles teams to bowl in our stepladder finals today. So let's meet the players who will be competing for the turkeys. Bowling in the number 4 position is the team of Kara and Alex. Kara is making her first appearance on Prodigy Bowlers Tour this season. She's 16 and sports a league average of 176. Her partner is Alex. Alex appeared on Prodigy last May when he qualified in the number 2 position in our season-ending Tournament of Champions. He's 12 and carries an average of 122. They'll face the number 3 seeded team of Tristan and Noah. Tristan won 2 weeks ago on Prodigy in the 7th frame sweat. He's 15 and has a 194 league average. His partner is Noah, who's making his first appearance on Prodigy Bowlers Tour today. Noah recently turned 12 and has a league average of 139. The winner of that first match will go on to face our number 2 ranked doubles pairing of Will and Hunter. Will is one of the defending champions of this event, although last year when he won, he was the junior varsity half of his team with Logan F. He's since aged up into the varsity. Will is 13 and carries a league average of 149. His partner is well known to viewers of Prodigy Bowlers Tour. Hunter is 9 for another week or so and is currently bowling at a 140 average. The winner of that match will move on to our championship match to face our tournament leaders, the team of Jakes, Jake and Jake. Jake B, or Big Jake as we may call him today, is a newcomer this year to our league. And he's a newcomer to bowling too, having only started bowling a few months ago. He's 16 and has a league average of 136. His partner, Jake M., or Little Jake as we may call him a time or two today, is 11 and has a league average of 105. This is the second year in a row that Jake M. has made the stepladder in this event. And that's our field today on Prodigy Bowlers Tour. They're bowling for turkeys today, and I don't mean 3 strikes in a row. First prize for both players who win the championship is a big honkin' frozen Butterball Turkey. The second place finishers will each receive a Li'l Butterball Turkey. Third place gets a Butterball Turkey Roast, and our fourth place finishers will each get a tiny little Cornish hen. And don't discount the taste of that little Cornish hen. I'm told they're especially yummy. The players are bowling a modified form of Scotch Doubles. The 2 partners will take turns throwing the first ball in each frame. So one will go first in the odd-numbered frames, and the other will throw first in the even-numbered frames. We take the 2 players' handicaps, add them together, and divide by 2 to get their handicap for each game, since each player will only bowl about half a game. We'll subtract the difference between the 2 teams' handicaps and add the handicap differential into the score of the team that's getting more pins in handicap. So the score you'll see on your screen will be representative of where they stand with that handicap differential factored in. So with that said, let's bring on the first helping of bowling. It's our number 4 team of Kara and Alex against our number 3 team of Tristan and Noah.
Tristan and Noah had the choice of starting lanes since they were the higher qualifiers. And they have chosen to let Alex and Kara start the match. Now, the other decision that each team needs to reach is to decide who's going to throw the first ball in which frames. Normally, you would expect the JV player to start the match, throw the first ball in the odd frames, so the varsity player can throw the first ball in the even frames, including the 10th frame. And it appears that's exactly what we're doing. Alex gets a high hit to start, but he leaves just the 3 pins, so Kara has a simple spare to begin. Kara made several appearances on Prodigy last year, although this is the first time we've seen her this season on Prodigy. She takes care of the 3 pin, no problem. And now it appears that the other team of Noah and Tristan also going with the formula of having the JV players start the match in the odd frame. And here's Noah. And he rips the rack for his first ball on Prodigy Bowlers Tour. How about that? Pretty simple little game. Goes down and in. And he's got a good partner here in Tristan. Winner a couple of weeks ago on Prodigy. And he rips the rack as well. So a double to start. Take another look at this strike by Tristan. Watch his reaction. And he gives it a little fist bump to start, letting him know he's here to win. All right, Kara up on the right. Oh, it crosses over and gets a nosedive strike. She will take it. Watch this one, playing a little far outside. The bowlers are playing on the house shot today. This one gets the dry boards a little early and crosses over. And now you'll notice that Alex and Kara have 33 pins handicap. Noah and Tristan 18. That's a differential of 15. Oh, look at this. And that 15-pin differential has been added in to Alex and Kara's score. So you see 35 in the first frame. It would be 20 on a spare and a strike, plus the 15. So it's all added in. Kara for the spare. She moves in a little bit on the left lane. But that ball finishes just fractionally high. Pretty good shot. Could have struck, but that's an open frame. So the lead that Alex and Kara had to start is gone already. And Noah slaps out the 10-pin. So this young man not afraid of the camera. And now Tristan to try and keep this string going. And he gets that 5-pin to zip right over again, and that's a 4-bagger for these two. How about that?
So you guys know.
And Alex and Kara now with their backs to the wall early in the match. Oh man, that was close. I thought that 4 was going. She grazed it, but that is a 9 count, and now Alex will have to shoot the 4-pin. He moves right on the approach. That's the proper method. But he pulls it left, and that's another open. Back-to-back opens for Alex and Kara. And now I don't think Alex realizes, but it is still his turn. He will throw the first ball in the 5th frame on the left lane. So he will try to regroup here and throw a better shot. It's going to get some. All right, the 1-2-8. Not the easiest spare in the world, but there are certainly more difficult clusters than this. Kara will try to hit Brooklyn. Oh, but she just gets a little too much 1-pin. And now that's 3 opens in a row. My goodness gracious. Well, you put 3 opens in a row up on the board while your opponents are starting with a 4-bagger, and that's not a good recipe. Noah up on the right. And how about that one? That's his best shot of the match. High flush for the young man. Watch this. Playing between the first and second arrows. He gives it the body lean. And that just flush in the pocket. Now Tristan on the left for 6 in a row. Hello. They're halfway there. That's pretty juicy right there. Oh, another good shot by Kara. She's just not getting rewarded. She left that wiggling 4-pin the last time she was up on the right. Now a stone 9. And Alex puts it in the moat. My goodness gracious. So that's 4 opens in a row. And you stack that up against a 6-bagger, and it ain't going to be pretty. That's an 80-pin lead for Noah and Tristan, and I think we can see where this match is headed. Oh. Well, Alex just struggling today. He's actually a much better bowler than this. But now Kara with a full rack for a spare. And she pulls it a little bit. That ball never really had a chance. And that's 5 opens in a row. My goodness. Well, the only drama left in this match is how far can Noah and Tristan take it. They're working on the front 6. Noah up on the right. Well, the string ends at 6. Noah puts it through the nose and leaves his partner a wide open split. The 6, 7. Here's how you make it. Slide that 6 over into the 7. You got to cut it pretty thin. Tristan will move left on the lane and shoot cross alley at it with his plastic ball. Pretty good attempt. But an open frame, and their lead shrinks to just 78 with 3 frames left to go. Alex and Kara can get to 188. So Noah and Tristan are almost where they need to be already. Well, that one comes up just a little light. Almost a swisher, but instead he leaves the swishin' 7. That's what we call it when you send the 5 pin over in front of the 7. That's what happened on that shot. And now for the first time in the match, Noah has to throw a ball on the left lane. Add a spare. And he takes care of the 7 pin. So Noah and Tristan getting closer and closer to the threshold where they can claim victory. Kara must strike. Ooh, not a strike. And I guess it was inevitable the way things were going, but that shot right there throws this game in the Noah and Tristan column. As Alex, well, he wasn't going to make the 4, 6, 7 anyway, but that one goes in the gutter, and Alex just struggling mightily this game. And he will head over to the left lane and throw the first ball in the 9th. And at this point, I think he's just looking for a good shot. And that was a decent shot. It goes Brooklyn. He gets 9 and leaves his partner a spare she can make. The 6 pin. And Kara takes care of it. So these players just going through the motions now of finishing out the game. The outcome already decided. The outcome of this match was decided pretty early, I'd say. All right, Noah up on the right lane. Oh, that 7 pin goes out late. Not that it would have mattered. Watch his reaction to this. He knows it's in the pocket, but it hit a little flat, and he gets away with it. 7 goes out, and a simple spare for Tristan. And there is your conversion right there. Well, still a 245 possible. See what they can do here. Finishing out. Tristan hung up in the thumb hole that time. I don't know what happened. You could see that was way left off his hand as he gave it a little extra loft. Usually a sign that either the thumb hung in the ball or maybe he was squeezing it, which can cause the thumb to hang in the ball. Anyway, Noah covers the spare. So the team is going to be in the 230s with any kind of reasonable count here. And Tristan is going to go for another ball here. I think he wants to send an exploratory shot out there and see what kind of reaction he gets with a different piece of equipment. This is the time to do it. And I like that look. I think he will too. So a 234 for our victors, and Kara will try to finish on a high note here. See if she can put a strike on the board. Nope. Goes high. And so Alex is going to have the 3-6-10. Way to shoot this is cross lane. Oh, look at this. Alex is moving over to the right side of the lane. Not the way to shoot this. And that's why. On a house shot, those boards over on the right side of the lane are dry. And his ball hooks early, goes right by the 3-6-10. But it doesn't matter. Noah and Tristan are your winners, 234 to 129. And they are moving on. They'll face Hunter and Will when we return after this. Each week on Prodigy Bowlers Tour, we remind you right from the start that the show is best viewed full screen. Well, here are some people to show you how it's done. These Prodigy heads sent in their Prodigy selfies, just like we've been inviting you to do. Snap a selfie of you watching Prodigy full screen on your TV, computer, or mobile device, and you might join these outstanding bowling fans by having your beautiful face grace the screen on an upcoming episode of Prodigy Bowlers Tour. We've got quite a few to show you this week, as we've been getting a lot of them, and I wanted to catch up as best we can. But we need your selfie next. So remember, either get out your cell phone or have a friend take a picture of you with Prodigy Bowlers Tour on in the background, full screen, on your big screen TV, your computer, or your mobile device, and email it, along with your name, the city where you live, your age, and which episode of Prodigy you're watching. And email it to me at randy@prodigybowlerstour.com. We'll keep showing the faces of our viewers as long as you guys keep sending in your Prodigy selfies. Let the world know you're a Prodigy head. Send your Prodigy selfie to me at randy@prodigybowlerstour.com. And who knows, maybe you'll be in the next group of Prodigy selfies we share with the world. Well, Noah and Tristan could have been spotting Alex and Kara a lot more than 15 pins, and it still wouldn't have been enough, as our number 3 seeds started the game with the front 6 strikes and left their opponents in the dust. So Alex and Kara will leave with the tiny little Cornish hens. And that brings us to match 2, as Noah and Tristan will be moving on to face our number 2 seeds, Hunter and Will. The handicap situation in this match will be a little different, as Hunter and Will get 38 pins, while Noah and Tristan get 18. So there's a 20-pin differential, which will add into Hunter and Will's score. As the two teams exchange handshakes to get things started, and it appears that Hunter and Will have decided to start the match, so here's Hunter. And he gets a high hit to start, leaves the 6-10 for his partner, Will. Will, a two-hander, and the defending champion, although last year when he won the Thanksgiving Turkey Shootout, he was the junior varsity player on the team. He was paired with Logan F. This year, he's the big kid on the team. All right, once again, Tristan and Noah. Gonna have Noah throw the first ball in the odd numbered frames. I think that's the wise play. Noah crosses over this time, leaves the 5. Tristan, a 194 average bowler. You wouldn't expect that he would have any problem at all making a 5-pin. And he takes care of it easily. Now you'll notice that both teams starting with a spare. Noah and Tristan are showing to be 20 pins behind. That's because Hunter and Will have 20 more pins in handicap than Noah and Tristan. Well, that's that ball that Tristan threw on his fill ball in the 10th of the last match. He liked the look it gave him, and I can see why. Look at that. All right, Will up on the right, working on a spare. Well, he crosses over, but he gets a strike anyway. And now you'll notice on the scoreboard, Hunter and Will have plus 38, Noah and Tristan plus 18. Those are their handicaps. There's a 20-pin differential, and that's added into their score in the first frame. And Hunter rips the rack. Look at that. There's a double for the pairing of Hunter and Will. And watch this strike. Watch the 5-pin go out. Well, that ball went around the 5-pin. I don't know what hit it, but he doesn't care. They're all down. Oh, and Noah's ball comes up short. And now he has left Tristan a difficult spare here. The 1-2-4-10, the washout. Put the ball on the left side of the 1, send it over into the 10. The ball will take out the 2 and 4. Easier said than done sometimes. So an open frame for Noah and Tristan. And I tell you, when you're bowling this kind of format and you leave your partner stuff like that to shoot, you feel bad. Tristan up on the left lane trying to get the team back on track. Oh, he pulled it. It went through the nose, but some way, somehow, they all went down. Watch this. I have no idea what took out the 3 and the 10. See, that's what a strike is supposed to look like right there. Will plows him over. This is a perfect strike. 10 back. All right, Hunter trying to keep this string going. Comes up a little too high. Gets 9. Leaves his partner an easy spare, the 3-pin. Oh! Just misses the 3-pin. Well, watch this. Watch how close he came. They say football is a game of inches. How about a game of quarters of inches right there? Wow. Just barely off. Oh, there's a good one by Noah. He liked that one. Watch this. He'll give it the body lean to the left. Come on, baby. Here it comes. High flush. And we'll see his reaction this time. Here's that body lean. And he liked it. All right, Tristan on the left. And there is another solid strike. And look at this. The team of Noah and Tristan have just put a turkey up on the board. They're trying to make this a match. And Will misses the head pin to the right. And he's left Hunter with a bit of a cluster. The 1, 2, 4, and 8. This is how you make it. Hunter can do this. Oh, that ball got a little too much head pin, but the 2 went to the sideboard and tripped out the 4. Watch the 2 pin. That's the second one from the left. It goes to the wall and comes back and takes out the 4. And Hunter going Brooklyn once again. He's not really following through like we're used to seeing him. He's kind of cutting them short. Hunter needs to learn to slow down a little bit, take a little more time on his shots, and keep his elbow in closer to his body when he follows through. Will just barely gets the 6 pin, but it is a spare. And look at this string of strikes that Noah and Tristan have put together gives them a chance now to tie the match with 2 more strikes. If Noah strikes here, he'll cut the lead to 10, and then Tristan can tie it up with another strike in the 8th. Oh, that was a good one. But he just leaves the 10 pin. But here's the problem. That would have cut the lead to 10, but instead they lose a pin in count. And now the lead is 21, and they're running out of frames. They really needed that strike to cut the lead. Tristan handles the 10 pin. And now as he moves over to the left lane, he's got to be thinking strike right here. Noah caressing the coveted trophy pin while he's sitting on the bench there. Young man, you're going to have to win this game and one more if you want to put your name on it. There's the strike Tristan was looking for. So that sets up their team for another chance to close things down in the 9th. Solid hit. He's bowled well. And now Will on the right lane, working on a spare. Gives it a little extra. But it doesn't come back. One thing I've noticed about Will is, you know, he's a young fellow. And he is letting the ball go a good 2 feet off the floor as Hunter goes by the washout. That's an open frame, and their lead is now down to just 4 pins. Next time we see Will throw a shot, look how far off the floor the ball is where he lets it go. And we'll get to see him right here. A high hit by Hunter leaves the 6 pin. And now Will, if he would bend his left knee a little more and get lower at the release, he could roll that ball off his fingers instead of hurling it out on the lane. A good spare, though. But now look at this. The lead is down to just 4 pins. And with a strike up in the 8th, Noah with an opportunity right here to take the lead for his team with a strike. No, but it comes up high, narrowly averting disaster. That was almost the 6-7 split. Watch it. falls off balance a little bit when he lets it go. He loses leverage there. Watch the 7 go out late. And he leaves his partner an easy spare, but they're still behind.
All right.
So now, once again, Tristan thinking, gotta strike, gotta give my partner another chance to get a double so we can move out ahead. He's been hitting this left lane regularly. And he does again. So now, for the 3rd time, Noah with a chance to either cut the lead or, in this case, take the lead. He had a chance in the 9th to take the lead if he could have struck. And now, if he can put an X up on the score sheet, they will move out ahead. This would really put the pressure on Hunter and Will, would force them to double. But no, it comes up light, and he's left the 2-pin. So the most they can hope for now is to force Hunter and Will to mark in the 10th and get good count. Well, at least that's something. There's a spare in the 10th, a 205 for Noah and Tristan. So now Hunter and Will leading by 4. They need to fill 17 pins in the 10th frame to win by 1. Working on a spare. Will's got to be careful. There's a strike. That's as careful as you can be. If he had gotten less than 7, that would have been a problem. But as it is now, they need 7 pins in 2 balls to win. Well, there's 6. If Will were to somehow run by this spare and miss them all, we'd have a tie. He needs 1 pin right here.
No pressure at all, boss.
And there it is. So Hunter and Will are your winners by a nose. And they are moving on to the championship match where they will face the team of Jakes next. Prodigy Bowlers Tour presents Legends of the Game. This week, we honor the father of the modern power game, Mark Roth. By the 1980s, a revolution was afoot in bowling.
Must situation. Just put all the power and all the speed you got, Bob. Take a chance.
Players had figured out that the more revolutions you could put on the ball, the more you could scatter the pins. But that revolution began in the 1970s, and it was one man who set it in motion, Mark Roth.
Got it.
While the amount of hook Mark Roth was getting at the time seems rather tame by today's standards, what Mark Roth was doing in the 1970s and 80s was unprecedented in bowling.
He grabs hold of that ball like Dick Butkus. And there she is.
He and a small handful of players introduced into bowling lexicon a new term, the big hook.
Good pin action.
In 1975, the long-haired youngster from Brooklyn, New York, took the bowling world by storm when he won his first PBA title at the King Louis Open in Overland Park, Kansas, a suburb of Kansas City.
He's going for number 12. That'll mean the $10,000 from ABC. It'll also mean a new car from Lincoln Mercury, plus $7,000 winning here, plus qualifying for the Firestone Tournament of Champions.
And getting the lead in the all-time leading, or the money winnings this year, Ben.
This is it.
There he goes.
Stringing strikes on TV became a regular occurrence when Mark Roth was in the field.
That's 7 in a row.
Back when 300s were rare, Roth had a pair of 299s on TV and more 279s than I can remember.
A powerful 279 by the bowler of the year, Mark Roth.
On the very first PBA telecast of the new year in 1980, Mark Roth did the impossible when he became the first player in history to make the 710 on national television.
Apparently a good shot, hitting very light. Roth ripped the 5-pin. It went behind the 7. The normal pin action on that hit, the 5-pin goes over, takes out the 7. The 6 came around and hits the 10, but neither one of them happened that time. Roth is just going to go for 1.
In an era dominated by 3 players, Earl Anthony, Mark Roth, and Marshall Holman, Earl Anthony may be remembered as the winningest player of his generation, but Mark Roth is the one who changed the face of bowling with his power game, and bowling hasn't been the same since. Mark Roth, a true legend of the game. Well, Noah and Tristan certainly made it interesting at the end, stringing enough strikes to get back in the match. But when they needed one more to take the lead at the end, they just couldn't get one to go. So, Noah and Tristan claimed the Butterball Roast for 3rd place, and now we move on to the championship match, as Hunter and Will have advanced to face the team of Jakes, Jake M and Jake B, to see who will lay claim to the big honkin' Butterball Turkey. But this time, there's some serious handicap in play. Hunter and Will get 38 pins, while the Jakes receive 75 pins handicap. That's a handicap differential of 37 pins, which we'll add into their score. And while I know it may seem like that's a lot of handicap, Big Jake has only been bowling a little while, and we'll see what's going to happen here. Hunter, starting on the left, gets a Brooklyn to start, and he gives it a little fist bump to let the team of Jakes know that, hey, I'm here to play. All right. Jake M. Missing the head pin to the right, and he leaves a cluster for Big Jake. The 1-2-7-9, a spare we don't see all that often on Prodigy. We might see a few clusters in this match that we're not used to seeing. And he misses to the left. So 7 out. And now you look at the score sheet. Jake M and Jake B getting 75 pins handicap. Hunter and Will getting 38. That's a 37 pin differential. Jake got 7 out. We added 37 to it, so they have 44 in the first frame. It's all added in. Little better ball there. A 9 count. And Jake M will have the 5 pin. You just shoot this like a strike. Just your normal strike line. But he pulls it to the left, and that's another open. And their 37 pin lead is quickly evaporating. And now Will try to capitalize on the strike that his partner gave him in the first frame. But no, That one goes through the nose, and he leaves Hunter the 6-10. Hunter will shoot this cross alley. Well, that one gets a little too wide. And an open frame. Hunter doesn't take much time. That one goes left. And he's got the 1-3-6. Now, as I mentioned earlier, Hunter could do well by learning to keep his elbow in closer to his body in the downswing. And Will misses wide right. And that's back-to-back opens, and the lead is right back to 36 for Jake and Jake. And another wide one, and another interesting little cluster here, the 1-2-5. Here's how you make it. You got to hit the 1 pin pretty flush. Right-hander probably hit it on the right side since he'll be hooking in a little bit. But Jake gets it a little on the left. He doesn't throw enough hook for that to be a problem. And that's a good conversion of a very difficult spare. And now this young fellow will move over to the left lane. And that ball heading left. And another one of these awkward clusters, the 1-3-8. We recommend shooting this down the left side of the lane, especially if you're throwing a light ball like Jake has. Oh, he just missed. But that's another open frame. Well, look at this. We've had 7 frames bowled. We have 2 marks thus far. Not exactly the shot-making exhibition that we expected. Well, and Will has left his partner another difficult conversion. The 1-2-10 washout. Hunter knows what he's got to do here. Put the ball left of the 1 pin. That's just a little too far left of the 1 pin. And another open frame. Well, they're leaving some difficult spares. Well, and this one isn't any easier. This is like the 1-3-8. You shoot it pretty much the same way. Down the left side of the lane. It's much easier to go at this from the left side with a straight ball. This is especially difficult for Will and his big hook. Well, that's not what he was looking for. As they give up a nickel of count. And the lead is 48 for the Jakes. Comes in light. Leaves his partner the 2-4-5. Want to put the ball between the 2 and the 5. You can make it on the other side too, between the 2 and the 4. Can't make it over there though. Spares, spares, spares. We stress it again and again. Oh my goodness. Well, Big Jake is just having a hard time keeping that ball to the right. He's pulling everything left, and that's largely because he comes around the ball too much and lets his elbow kick out to the right. Let's see what Jake can do with this. How about that? That's big. That maintains their 35-pin lead. They could have lost a whole bunch of count here. But Jake M saves the day. Oh my word, look at this. Will sent that one extra wide, and watch it come back. That ball went around the 7-pin on the left. Yeah, you don't see that every day. And another open frame. Well, they started with a strike, and now they have 5 straight opens. That is not the way you overcome a 37-pin handicap differential. Hunter gets a good chunk of the Brooklyn pocket, but it just won't quite go. And he leaves the 9-pin for his partner, Will. He'll take extra care at this. And he takes care of the spare. They can't afford any more mistakes. Now, 46 pins sounds like a lot, but when you're seeing as many opens as we're seeing, you could overcome it with a little string of strikes. Pretty good ball by Jake, but throwing the lighter ball, and that's a plastic ball. It's not going to drive through like a reactive. He leaves the 5-7. Here's how you make it. You slide the 5 over into the 7. Big Jake will give it a go. But he misses left once again. And as I mentioned before, I think this is largely due to the fact that he just has a tendency to get that right elbow out to the right. That puts the ball on the inside of his hand and causes the ball to miss left almost every time. Got away with it that time. It still went left, but that is a well-placed strike. They needed something good to happen. And now Will has got to make something happen right here. Well, he made something happen. It wasn't textbook, but he will take it. Watch this. This ball goes right through the schnoz and just pushes them all back off the lane somehow. And Hunter knew that the team needed a double right there, and he was giving it all the body language he could. Watch this. He's hoping, he's hoping. And he gives it the little foot stomp. He's not happy. He knows they needed that one. Will makes the 5-pin. But now we're getting down to the end, and the Jakes are in the driver's seat. Another one of these crazy spares that we've seen all game long. At least the 7 went out late. The 1-2-9 a little easier to make without the 7. Just put that ball on the right side of the head pin. Really, you shoot this just like a strike. But that's why we recommend hitting the head pin on the right side, so the ball can go back and take out the 9. So let's project. Hunter and Will with 3 strikes in the 10th. They would shoot 149. That means Jake and Jake need a mark and 1 pin to shut him out. Jake puts it right in the pocket. Wow, pretty good shot right there. The 8 goes out late. But now, Lil Jake stands 60 feet from the 10 pin. He's got to make it. How's that for clutch? Well, the situation is this. Big Jake needs to keep it on the lane and stay behind the foul line, and they will be the winners. Winner, winner, turkey dinner. It's the team of Jakes that are going to take home the big honkin' frozen Butterball turkeys. And wouldn't you know that once the game is out of reach, the strikes come a little easier. As Will puts that in the light shaker area and mixes them up. Hit them thin and watch them spin. Well, that's actually a better shot by Hunter than the ones we've seen recently. At least it didn't go left. But he's left the picket fence, the 1-2-4-7, and actually with Will's big hook, he should be able to make this pretty easily. Just put the ball left of the 1. But no, he gets a little too much 1 pin, so he chops it, but it didn't matter. 159 to 137. The team of Jakes is our winner today. And they will sign the coveted trophy pin when we come back. Prodigy Bowlers Tour is off next weekend for the holiday, so maybe a little binge watching of past Prodigy episodes is in your future while you're filling your face with turkey or ham. Our next taping of Prodigy Bowlers Tour will be Saturday, December 2nd at Brunswick Zone, Roswell. If you bowl Youth League anywhere within driving distance of Roswell, Georgia, we'd love for you to join us. If you've never bowled Prodigy before, just bring a parent or legal guardian along with you so they can sign the permission form and be here by 12:30 p.m. There's no entry fee, but you are responsible for your lineage. We always have fun, and who knows, maybe you'll be the next one to sign the coveted trophy pin. Again, our next taping will be December 2nd. Expect the next Prodigy Bowlers Tour episode to be released on Tuesday, December 5th. In the meantime, happy Thanksgiving. Well, each team gave the other plenty of opportunities to win the game, but in the end, the team of Jakes just made 1 or 2 more spares when they needed to. At this level of play, it almost always comes down to spares, and this match was a prime example. So Hunter and Will take the Li'l Butterballs, while Jake and Jake are each taking home a big honkin' Butterball turkey to feed their families for Thanksgiving. And before we meet our winners and get them to sign the coveted trophy pin, here's one last look at all 8 of our contestants. Sometimes it sounds cliche to say they're all winners, but today they really are. All 8 players are going home with a bird in hand. Here's hoping they all enjoy their holiday feast. But now, let's meet our 2 winners. Well, everyone, meet Jake and Jake. And this will be the first time for the 2 of you, so let me explain something. When you win on Prodigy Bowlers Tour, you get to sign the coveted trophy pin. So pop the cap off that pen, Jake, and scroll your name on there somewhere and put today's date. It's 11/18/2017. This is a new member of our league this year. He just joined us. Jake, you get to sign it too. I would not put your name on the neck, because that's where everybody grabs it. It'll get smudged. It's an unstoppable force of Jakes today, ladies and gentlemen.
What's the date?
Today is 11/18/17. So Jake, how long have you been bowling in our league here?
Quite a while.
Yeah, for a few years. How old are you now?
11.
11? You've been bowling here as long as I've been coaching here. So at least several years. So you made the show last year, but just came up a little short. But today you get to leave with the big turkey. Congratulations.
I remember my first year trying to win it. I won the second one because there are only 3 people bowling.
But you got it all this time. Way to go. And Jake, this is your first time doing this. You made it look easy. So how long have you been bowling?
A couple of months.
A couple of months. So this is probably a pretty big deal. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
You guys did great today. Way to go. Our winners of the Thanksgiving Turkey Shootout.